All right, we're going to start seated. As I said in the description, we're going to just do a little bit of breathing to begin, which I find extremely helpful anytime that I sit to meditate, which is a daily practice for me. I always start with breathing because the breath is really the one thing that connects our minds and our bodies together. And when we change the way we breathe, we change the way we feel both physically and mentally. So it's a really great way to anchor into presence, to anchor into your body, and just to find that like yoga zone, right? Where you're here, you're calm, you're relaxed, and everything else starts to fade off into the distance. And I know that's easier said than done. But let's get into a comfortable seat. A nice long spine is always appropriate for any kind of breathing practice. And I'm going to share a different breath with you guys today that is one you probably haven't done. Some of you may have. It's a little different. Let me just explain it and then we'll do it. We won't spend a lot of time here. I want to get us moving, but first thing is that we're going to take a hand mudra. We're going to take the middle finger and ring finger to tips to the thumb. We're going to lengthen the other two fingers, kind of like a bowl, right? And then we're going to press with the thumb and middle two fingers together, straightening the other fingers if you can. And palms are going to be up, backs of the hands rest on your legs or lap. You can go sideways too if you want, but just not down. So as you press into the fingertips here, it's stimulating certain meridians, certain acupressure points in your body. So when we breathe, very often we think about the inhalation. And in this breath practice, we're going to only think about the exhalation. This is a great breath to sort of reset, revitalize, rebalance the whole nervous system. We want to bring the body into rhythm, the breath into a paced rhythm. So let's just start with a couple of cleansing breaths and then I'll explain. So full breath in through the nose. When you're ready, just let it go. Feel yourself land, let your shoulders drop. Again, like that through the nose, a full breath in. And just let go of any tension, any holding as you breathe out. And then all the breath is going to enter and exit through the nose. So take a breath in. We're going to do short breaths out through the nose. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. You're going to pace your exhales, only focusing on the exhalation. You can close your eyes. And just short bursts of breath out through the nose. What you'll feel is you'll feel the navel pull back with each exhale. Don't even worry or think about the inhale. It'll naturally happen. And this can be as fast or slow as you want it to be. So it's simply, again, if you can hear me, you might take a pace like that. You might take a slower pace. Okay, and just feel it. You're going to feel a pumping action in your belly. You're going to feel a pumping action of the diaphragm. You're going to stay tall. Soften the eyes and the shoulders. And just keep pulling. Just keep pressing the breath out through the nose. You'll notice the inhale happens on its own, right? And so you're balancing the nervous system. You're finding a rhythm in the body. This is a great breath for any time that you have trouble letting go, anytime that you have any physical constipation or holding any recurrent thoughts that you're holding on to. Just breathe them out. Just let them go. Press the two middle fingers and thumbs together, extend the others, drop those shoulders, keep the spine long, eyes and jaw soft. And we'll just go for about 30 more seconds. I let go of what no longer serves me. My body is in a healing rhythm. I release. I release. I release. Beautiful. Take a full, sweet breath in. Open the lips and let this one go. Release the mudra of your hands. Keep the palms up. And just keep the eyes closed if they were so that you can notice. Notice the flow of your breath now. Notice any vibration or sensation in your body. So that breath is beautiful. It's stimulating the diaphragm. And when we stimulate the diaphragm, we wake up and tone the vagus nerve, which is the main nerve responsible for parasympathetic activation, which brings us into rest and digest. So now let's just find a steady flow of breath in and out through the nose. So seal the lips gently and let that breath flow in and out. Find your ujjayi breathing if you know that. You can slightly constrict the back of the throat so that it slows the breath and warms the breath and brings a little internal heat into the body. You might find yourself a little heated up from that previous practice. For me, it's cold here this morning, so I like the heat. And then hold on to this flow of breath, this ujjayi breath, if you know it, if you have it, just so that it's audible. And we're just going to come straight up to hands and knees here. When you get onto hands and knees, wrists beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips, I'm just going to cat-cow a few times. Heart pulls forward, gaze forward as you're breathing in, and round the back as you breathe out. Draw the navel up, dome your back. And again, inhale, heart forward, shoulders back. You can kind of pull the hands toward the knees a bit. And then rounding and pressing the hands forward as you drop that heavy head. And we'll come to a flat back and neutral spine. We'll keep the right knee on the floor and take the left leg out long, toes curled under to the back of your mat. We're going to pivot the heel down, lean into the right hand, and lift the left hand up here. So let's just find this pose. Find your breath. Try not to droop your head. Keep the neck in line with the spine. You're going to hug the back edge, the outer edge of that back foot against the floor, and really lift up through the left hand. You can spread the fingers. Good, and then draw the navel in. Feel that support of your core, and we'll sort of floss this left shoulder. So reach the shoulder back, down, forward and up a couple times. If you want to move the head or wrist, feel free. Beautiful. And then take the left hand back to the floor. Spin the left heel up and lift the left foot up. Good. Toes are going to point down. Hands kind of pull to that knee on the mat to lengthen the spine. But draw the navel up and in again. Good. And now turn the left toes out to the left. And as you breathe out, draw the left knee to the outer left arm. Extend the leg back, breathing in. Knee to outer arm, breathing out. One more time. Lengthen as you breathe in. And knee to outer arm. As you breathe out, we're going to hold this shape. See if you can lift the knee a little higher. Maybe if you want more, you can lean into the left hand and extend the right arm out to the right, up to you. Keep breathing. Pull the belly in, press into the floor. Lift that left knee up. If you want to straighten it, if you want even more, go for it. I'm keeping mine bent today. Good. And then let's come back to center. Left leg back. Now we're going to take that right arm forward on a breath in. We're going to take the elbow and knee beneath us on a breath out. Maybe they tap, maybe they don't. Drop your head. Extend out, inhale. And knee to elbow, exhale, round the back. It's like a cat-cow again, but opposite limbs are down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze all the breath empty. And then inhale, lengthen. Take the right arm up, bend the back leg, catch the foot. Kick it back if you want, or pull the heel in toward your bottom to stretch the quadricep, whatever you need. Maybe roll the head around, let that right shoulder roll back. Keep the breath flowing. Find that ujjayi breath if you lost it. Let go of the foot when you're ready. One inhale to lengthen the limbs apart, and hand and knee to the floor as you breathe out. And then we'll cat-cow. Heart pulls forward on the breath in, hands to knees. And round as you breathe out, hands press away from knees, dome the back. Good, a neutral spine, breathing in. We'll do the other side. Right toes to the back of the mat. Lengthen the leg, pivot the heel down, lean into the left hand and reach the right arm up. So see if you can feel for some space here from hand to hand, from the outer edge of that back foot ceiling to the crown of the head. And then be conscious that your belly's not just spilling out, right? Hug it in. We woke up the belly with that initial breathing, stimulating the diaphragm and even some core muscles. So feel it if you can, and then we'll floss this lifted arm, reaching it back, down, forward, and up. Big circles. Keep the arm long. Maybe move the head or wrist if that feels nice for you. Nice, you guys. Take the right hand back to the floor when you're ready, right beneath the shoulder. Pivot the back heel up and then take the foot off the floor. Lengthen the heel away from the head. Again, you might kind of pull those hands toward the knee on the mat a little bit just to activate the core, lengthen the spine. And we're going to turn the right foot out to the right, and on an exhale, right knee to the outer right arm. Extend back, inhaling. Knee to arm, exhaling. Can you get it up toward the shoulder? Extend it back, inhaling. And knee to outer arm, exhale. Hold the pose, don't hold the breath. Can you keep the breath flowing? This might be enough with both hands down. If you want more, left arm can reach to the left. If you want more, right leg can straighten out to the right. They call it awkward airplane for obvious reasons. It's a bit awkward. Now notice how hard it is to keep that breath flowing. See if the breath can flow more readily than struggling with the pose. Good. Let's take the right leg back, left arm forward now. Inhale, lengthen. Knee and elbow come under you as you breathe out. Drop your head and round. Extend, inhale, a little bit cat-cowy here. Knee to elbow, exhale, press, round, drop that head. Extend, inhale. Knee to elbow, exhale, all the breath out. Good, extend. Inhale, lift the left hand up and back, catch the foot, kick it back. Or pull the heel in to start. I like to do a little bit of both, yeah? Left shoulder rolls back, right hand stable, breath steady. Eyes soft, breath smooth. What are you feeling? What are you noticing? Just stay engaged. Let go of the foot gently. Extend one final time on the inhalation. And hand and knee come down on the exhalation. And one cat-cow, inhaling. Round as you exhale. Find that space behind the shoulder blades, in the low back perhaps. And then back to the inhale, back to the cow shape. Tailbone lifting, toes are gonna tuck under here. Hover those knees up and back, downward facing dog. Feel free to readjust the feet. Maybe walking them farther back, farther apart. Take any adjustment or fidgeting or moving that you need so that you find a stable, sort of wide downward dog, especially the first one. We wanted a little, I like to have a little more width in the dog, especially the first one, so that there's more space in the low back, more space between the shoulders, right? So that we're not compressed, so that we can open things up and release things, right? When we're compressed, constricted, there's no room. Make room. Breathe, feel, explore it all. You can always drop your knees and take child's pose anytime you need to. I'm sure you know that. All right. From here, with the feet a little wide, we're going to lift the heels up, come to the tippy toes. We're going to swivel both heels to the right. And you're still in dog, right? So the hips pull up and back. See if you can equal the weight in the hands and drop your head. And then go ahead and lift the heels up again, coming to the tippy toes. Swivel the heels left. You're still in dog. Hips pull up and back. Press equally into the hands, drop your head. Steady that breath. Good, and then heels high again, coming to the tippy toes. We're gonna bend the knees, look toward the hands. When you're ready, just walk up. Take your time, first one. When the feet come up, lift the heart as you breathe in. Find a nice long spine, flat back. And fold forward as you breathe out. Go ahead and drop your head. Bend your knees any amount. You can clasp elbows here. And just let gravity help you surrender a little. Heavy head, heavy rib cage. Breathe. See if you can press equally into the feet a bit. Good, and then we're gonna float the arms back, palms down, and lift the heart just halfway up. I like a little bend in the knees here so the spine extends. And then on your inhale, you're gonna press, rise, and reach up. Sweep those arms up. Hands come to the heart as you breathe out. Prayer pose, standing at the top of your yoga mat. Go ahead and circle the shoulders back and down, draw the navel in, stand tall. Here you are on your own 2 feet. On your mat, sacred time, sacred space you've carved out for you. Can you appreciate that? Can you honor yourself for that? It's so important. Connect to your breathing. Connect to your body. Notice any sensations, vibrations, activations. Maybe set an intention for this morning's practice or this evening, wherever you are in the world, time-wise. On your next breath in, just go ahead and reach up, take a nice little stretch, and fold forward as you breathe out. Drop your head. Flatten the back as you breathe in, hands to floor or shins. We'll step back to the plank pose on the breath out. We're going to hold plank here. We're not going to hold the breath. Face lifts away from the floor, belly lifts away from the floor. We're going to hover the right foot off the floor, 3-legged plank on the inhalation. Right knee, outer right arm on the exhalation. Stay here. Right knee, left arm. Right knee, right arm. One more time. Swing the knee to the left. Swing the knee to the right. And then 3-legged dog. Right foot all the way up and back. Inhale. Step the right foot forward. Exhale. Good. Pause here. Take the hands to frame the front foot. Maybe wiggle it over to the right a little bit. Hug that right hip back and just make sure the knee is over that front heel. And then see if your torso can stay low over that front leg and float your arms back. So it's a little bit challenging, right? You're welcome to just keep hands on the floor. If you want a little more, take the arms forward. But you're hugging the right hip back. The back leg is strong. And the breath is steady. Good, and then we'll take a little bend in that back knee, and on an inhale, we'll just rise up to crescent pose. And then on the exhale, we'll dip into the legs. Back knee touches down, and then we'll lift it up and straighten the front leg, inhaling. We'll bend both knees, tap the back knee down, exhaling. One more time, inhale, up you go. Exhale, sink in. Now stay low, but reach a little higher. Inhale. Good, and then hands to the mat. Exhale, pause. Left hand stays down. Right hand comes all the way up. So you're in a little twist. See if you can press into that front big toe mound. And then draw your outer hips toward the midline of your body so you have some stability here. Back leg strong. It's not drooping. Beautiful, you guys. Take that right hand down. Outside the right foot. Bend the back knee and just step forward. Come into a flat back as you breathe in and fold forward as you breathe out. Bend the knees, arms float back, out and up. Inhale, rise, reach high. Hands to the heart, exhale. Right back in. Inhale, rise up, reach up. And exhale, fold forward. Flattening the back as you inhale, hands to shins or floor, plank pose, exhale. We're going to hold the plank without holding the breath, right? Navel in, head in line with the spine. Left foot floats off the floor. Inhale. Good. Left knee, outer left arm. Exhale. Stay with the knee up there. Swing it to the right. Swing it to the left. Swing it to the right. Swing it to the left, and then lift it up, 3-legged dog. Inhale, reach it high, and step it to the front of your mat. Exhaling, pause. Frame the front foot with your hands, knee over heel. Heart pulls forward, back leg strong. Make sure you have a wide enough base. Float your arms back, keep the hands on the floor, or extend the arms forward. So find the shape that you can maintain a steady, fluid breath. Might be challenging, and that's what we want. Enough challenge that you don't go over your edge. Soften the back knee. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Beautiful. Exhale, bend both knees a little more so that back knee grazes the floor. Inhale, straighten both legs, reach high. Exhale, bend both knees and dip low. Good. Inhale, straighten and rise. Exhale, sink in. Now stay low, but reach a little higher, maybe a back bend. Inhaling, and hands to the mat. Exhale. Keep the right hand down, take the left hand up. You're in a twist. Press into that front toe mound. Engage the back thigh. It wants to droop, doesn't it? And then get a little narrower from side to side by sort of hugging the outer hips toward the middle. Beautiful. Left hand comes back down when you're ready. And step forward. Flat back. Inhale. And fold forward. Exhale. You're going to press, rise, and reach up. Inhale. And hands to the heart. Exhale. Good. Roll those shoulders back and down. Drop the navel in. We're going to do a little balancing today. So find a steadiness in both feet. Find a steady gaze with your eyes. Find that steady breath. Those things always help with balance. And then the weight's going to shift into the right foot. Try not to move your eyes. That will typically make you fall. Now you're going to do is hug the left knee up toward you. You can grab it for a moment, squeeze it in to get a little taller from standing heel to head. I like to do that sometimes. Good. And then see if you can keep the knee lifted. Reach your arms up. Good. And then if you want to play a little, extend the left leg forward, nice and straight. Really press into the standing leg. Draw the navel in, draw the back of the head back, lengthen up. Can you pull the left toes back and avoid leaning back, right? You're going to feel that left hip flexor, left quad turn on a little bit. Breathe. Good. On the next exhale, you're going to bend the left knee to the chest without touching it. And then you're going to hinge forward at the hips. Keep that left knee bent. Start to drop the heart toward the floor a little bit, halfway. Now lengthen that left leg out behind you. So the arms can reach forward if you want. If balance is a little off today, arms out to the sides. Or both hands come to the front of that standing leg to prop you up. Good. Lift the back foot up. Pull the head away from it. Keep the breath flowing. It's okay if the standing knee bends a little. Take one more breath in here. And then fingers to the floor. Vertical splits. Drop your heavy head. Let that back foot just float up as high as it would like to go. Nice. We're going to start to bend the standing leg even more, and the left toes are going to come all the way to the back of the yoga mat. We're in a low lunge, like we were before. Good. On this inhale, we're going to rise all the way up to crescent pose. This time we're going to turn to the right and spread our arms. Yeah. And then that right hand, the one reaching back, is going to drop to the back of the left thigh. The left arm is going to lift to the sky. And that left psoas, that left hip flexor that we just worked, is going to get a nice, sweet little stretch. Now, if you want, you can sink in lower. That back knee can graze the floor or touch the floor. You can let it rest on the floor. Or you can press the left heel back as you lift that left hand up and back. And you're turning the torso as much to the right as comfortable. Good. When you're ready, left hand comes to the floor next to the right foot. Right hand comes back up. We've been here before, right? And this time we'll change it up a little. We'll pivot to the outer edge of the back foot. We'll start to walk that front right foot down the mat, maybe off the mat to the side. So it's at a 90 degree angle in line with the hip. And you can use the foot to press into the earth and lift the hips up. If you want more, feel free to stack the feet. Yep. One last breath here. And then right hand comes down, step it back to plank if the feet weren't stacked. Inhale. This time we'll lower down on the exhale. We'll rise up to a cobra, inhaling. We'll come to a child's pose on the exhale. Hips pull back, head heavy, breath smooth. And then noticing what happens in your breathing, noticing what happens in your mind as you take a little break. right? For some of you, you're grateful. For some of you, you're kind of wanting to keep moving. And just notice your tendency, right? Is it hard for you to take a break? Is it hard for you not to? Without judgment, just to start to know yourself a little bit better. Yoga is a great way to get to know yourself. All your stuff tends to show up. We're going to extend the arms forward, come back up to hands and knees. Might need to crawl forward a little bit. Curling under the toes when you're ready, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in the dog. Let's take a wide dog again. Do one more thing before we do that all on the other side. So with a wide dog, wide arms, wide legs a little, we're going to take the right hand off the floor, reach around to the outer left leg as low down as you possibly can comfortably with the breath still flowing. You'll drop your head, take your hips to center if they shifted over. And just look to the left or under the left armpit. Yeah, and then we'll do the other side. Right hand back to where it was in dog. Left arm threads under to the outer right leg, anywhere. So my hips like to shift over to the right a lot. Draw them back towards center. Use that left arm to help turn the left ribs under. Keep the breath steady. Maybe now you're grateful for the break. Left hand comes back to dog. Lift both heels, bend the knees, and look forward. When you're ready, walk to the front of your mat. Then halfway lift as you breathe in. And folding in half as you breathe out. Float the arms back, out, up, rise, reach high, inhale. And hands to the heart, exhale. Roll those shoulders back, pull the navel in. All right, we're gonna balance on the second side. We only have two sides, so we're good. So steady your gaze, steady your breathing. Feel both feet root. Feel yourself grounded, stable, and supported. Good, and then the weight's gonna shift into the left foot. We're gonna draw the right knee up toward the chest. Go ahead and grab the shin if you like. Hug the leg toward you as you lengthen from standing heel to head. Just feel how it is to stand on one foot. Listen, if your balance is weird today, we don't always have good balance, right? If you fall, it's all good. Just keep breathing and come back. Good. Extend the arms out. Try to keep the knee as close to you as you comfortably can, right? Relax the shoulders here. And then straighten the right leg. Extend it forward. Pull the toes back. So the right hip, it wants to hike up. You're going to drop the hips, so the hips are same distance from the floor if possible. You don't want to lean back here. If anything, lean a little forward. The more you press into the standing foot, the easier it is to lift the lifted foot. And I know it's not easy. You might look at it falling and try to lift it back up, and it falls and you lift it back up. It takes a little practice. So watch what happens in your mind. Do you get judgmental or critical? Please don't. Please just know that you're practicing, balancing. Good. Without doing anything else, you're going to bend the right knee toward the chest. Now you're going to hinge forward at the hips. So those both arms can stay overhead, reaching forward as the right leg extends backward. You can take both hands to the top of the left thigh to prop you up right away if you need to. Whoa. Or arms out to the sides. Right? So if you fall, you fall. It's all good. Who cares? Right? You're just practicing yoga. No one says it has to be perfect. What does that even mean? Is there such a thing? And are you too much of a perfectionist sometimes with yourself? Without judging, again, just observing so that you can change what doesn't serve you. Last breath in here. Hands drop to the floor as you breathe out. Drop your heavy head. Let that back foot just float up as high as comfortable as the head sinks low. The breath is still in a flow. We're almost out. We're going to bend that standing leg and let the right toes come all the way to the back of that yoga mat. Setting up for crescent pose. Inhale, rise on up. Woo. Exhale, turn left, spread arms, drop those shoulders. And then that back hand drops to the right hamstring. The right hand lifts up and back. And then play a little bit, right? Do you want to stay high away from the floor with legs straighter? Do you want to sink lower to the floor with knees bent? Do you want to press that right heel back to get a deeper stretch in the front of that right hip? Can you drop the back shoulder? Turn the torso a little bit left. Beautiful. Right hand returns to the floor. Under the shoulder, left hand comes up to the ceiling. Pivot to the outer edge of the back foot and start to heel toe the front foot halfway down your mat. Like a kickstand, you're going to lift your hips, pressing into the foot. Again, optional if you want more is to stack the feet. But lift those hips. Pull the belly in, spread through your arms. Stay with it, we're almost there. Last breath in here. And left hand back down, step it back to plank, inhale. And lower down, exhale. Cobra pose, inhale. Child's pose, exhale. Feel free to separate the knees in this one. Drop your head. I like to roll my forehead side to side on the mat. It's nice for the neck, low back. Do whatever feels good for you. Notice your breathing. Notice your mental state. Be grateful if you can. All right, all we're gonna do, you guys, is extend the arms forward to lift up to hands and knees just so that we can crawl toward the front of the mat. Cross our ankles and you got it, roll onto your back. Yay. Short practice, but we make sure to get a little bit of everything. So hug those knees to the chest. Rock a little side to side if that's nice. Good, and then let's drop both feet to the floor, hips width apart. We're just gonna take a bridge pose, so pressing into the feet, lift up your hips. You can take the hands beneath you if you want, interlace the fingers and walk the upper arms closer together. Make space in the throat. Close the eyes if you'd like. Take your hips as high as you'd like. See if you can press equally into the feet here. Nice, sweet, full inhale. And a releasing, relaxing exhale as you separate the hands. If they were beneath you, separate the shoulder blades and just roll the vertebrae back down to the floor. When the low back lands, take a moment to let it land. Wiggle the feet apart, bring the knees together to touch. Open the arms in a cactus shape or goalpost shape. And then swivel the knees side to side like windshield wipers. And if you want to linger on one side, linger on one side for a full breath out, right? If you feel compression, constriction, or tension, then I invite you to breathe into that space, that area, and let the breath carry any of that tension right out of you. Pretty yummy. All right, let the knees come back up, bring the feet beneath the knees, and then we're just going to cross right ankle over left thigh and hug that left leg toward you. And then if you can take the hands behind the hamstring here, interlace, go ahead and straighten the left leg up. And that way you get a little release through that hamstring too. Let the right knee drift out a bit. Relax the neck, shoulders, and jaw. And go ahead and bend that left knee that you straightened and pull the leg in a little more if that's appropriate. Good. Let go of the left leg. Take the sole of the left foot to the floor, kind of close to your bottom. And just slide the right knee over the left knee. And then open the right arm out to the right and let both knees drop over to the left. And let the right elbow, hand, and shoulder be a little heavy. Feel what's happening in your belly as you breathe. Maybe taking a deeper inhale and a more complete exhale. And the next time the breath empties, pull the navel in. You can use that left hand to help the knees back up to center. And then just uncross the knees. Soles of the feet are going to come together, knees apart just for a breath. Arms out or in a cactus or on your body, whatever you need. Breathing in fully and breathing out completely. Navel pulls back and knees come up. Good. Threading the needle now on the left ankle bone is going to cross. Hug that right leg towards you a bit, hands behind the hamstring, and then right foot all the way up. Toes can pull back. Shoulders soft, neck soft. Make sure the back of the neck stays long. Sometimes the chin wants to jet up here. Steady your breathing. When you're ready, bend the straight right leg and hug it in a little deeper if that's appropriate. Should feel nice. Make it feel nice, you guys. All right, let go of the right leg. Sole of the foot down close to you. Left knee crosses over right knee. Left arm out to the left, straight or bent. And knees over to the right. So that left shoulder, back of the shoulder, might want to hover off the floor. It's okay, but let it get a little heavy with your breathing. Just deepening those inhalations and lengthening the exhalations. Good. On the next breath out, empty, 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 and then pull the navel in. Right hand can help press the knees back up to center, uncross the knees, soles of the feet together again, knees drift apart. You can take a hand to your heart and belly if that's nice, just to feel the movement of your breathing beneath your hands. You want that belly to rise and fall more than the chest now. Beautiful. As you breathe out, you're going to hug the belly button back to bring the knees up so the core supports that, and then both knees to the chest. Very nice. All right, so optional here. If you want, you can drop right into Shavasana. If you want, you can take a last happy baby, or my favorite is shoulder stand. So maybe you start off in plow pose with the feet behind you, walking the elbows together so the hands come to the back of the pelvis, and then one foot at a time comes all the way up. And wherever you are is perfect, and invite you to do whatever's comfortable for you. If you're in the shoulder stand, relax the feet, the toes, the legs, the hips, the belly. Relax your breathing. Bring your awareness to that point right in the middle of the forehead, the third eye point that's getting activated here if you are upside down. And if this doesn't work for you and you want the inversion, feel free to just lay on your back and lift the legs. If you want to play a little with your legs, you can drop one foot behind you, lift the other up, or open the legs in a big V shape. Maybe you're already in Shavasana. And that's where we're going to meet. So when you feel ready, you come back to the plow, you can roll back down slowly and steadily, maybe a last hug of the knees. And then go ahead and make your way into your Shavasana shape, legs out long, arms out wide, palms spinning up. Feel free to take up space here. So we've decompressed. We've released constrictions and blockages, released any waste or debris that the body or mind may have been holding. We started with that type of releasing breathing. So now there's more spaciousness, there's more freedom in your mind and your body. Just see if you can bring your awareness inward to explore and notice any amount of freedom or spaciousness or emptiness that you've created. Let go of any directed breathing, any directed moving or doing, even directing your awareness or thinking now. And just let the body fall back against the floor. Let the breath be smaller. Let it just fall in and out without any doing on your part. And you'll notice the thoughts will do the same thing. They'll move in and they'll move out. You don't have to control them. And you simply observe. And you observe your body, observe your breathing, observe your thinking from somewhat of a witness mindset. A little bit of detachment, just so that you're not attached. So there's no clinging. There's just noticing and observing without any judgment. Let yourself rest and restore and rejuvenate and regenerate and refresh and reset and repair and relax completely. And still with you. Stay as you are. Allow yourself just to let go. Let go of even observing now. Allow yourself to be untethered from your body, your breathing, or your thoughts. You might notice an internal peacefulness, a spaciousness, a release. And when you feel ready, allow a fuller, deeper breath to come in. You can sigh this one out if you like, just letting go. Noticing how you feel physically and mentally, even energetically and emotionally in your body, in your mind. If you want, you can stretch the arms overhead and take a nice little stretch when you feel ready, or move around the wrists or ankles, or give the knees a hug into the chest, and take your time to transition out. Maybe rock over to the right side and just pause there until you feel ready to press up to a comfortable seat or back up to your computer.